Some celebs pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They don't be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. But for now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more.
Yes, my peoples, man. You know we're back, man. We always here, man. We always show up, man. Yeah, we're with it. You know, I told you that I'm gonna break down all the quotes. Fabrizio, he done his video yesterday, and Ben Jacobs. You get it? Ben Jacobs, the one that broke the Mbeumo news that we even put the second bid in. So you know he's reliable at the moment. So when them man are talking right now, we gotta listen still. You get me? So. Yeah, I don't know about here we go, but man's gonna break down everything that's going on anyway. You get me about the thing. But yeah, man, obviously, like I said, I told you lot from earlier, I'm gonna let you lot know what's been going on with Fabrizio. Fabrizio done a video yesterday, basically, and they were just talking about Man United and all the situations, what's been happening with all our players, the sales, etc. Ben Jacobs done that today as well with the United stand. So Ben Jacobs is there, Fabrizio. It's madness. I'm gonna get straight into it and talk about I'm gonna talk about basically this is from Fabrizio. This is just a few of them. I've got loads of little things. Man United and Chelsea are aware of the situation of Christopher Nkunku and Garnacho. United know Nkunku is available this summer. Although no club-to-club talks have taken place regarding a swap deal, no personal terms have been agreed between any of the parties. And then we had Kieran Gill that came out today and said, listen, Nkunku, we don't want him. Yeah, like he's not priority. We was linked to him last summer in January. That's when we was linked to Nkunku to do a little swap deal. And this is all like, it's mostly coming from like Matt Law, and he's like a Chelsea journalist. This is nothing to do with us. So we don't even care about Nkunku. It's not going to happen. Just forget about it. You know what I mean? And it's just been like basically just put out today. Like we got way more priority than Nkunku. And Nkunku's a 10. He's not really a striker to us anyway. And then Mason Mount, obviously it came out yesterday. The clear intention of a Mason Mount is to stay at Manchester United. He's planning to have an important summer. Do you get it? So he wants to stay. I think this summer is do or die for Mason Mount. If Mason Mount has a bad season this one, because remember, he's going to be coming off the bench a lot. We got Cunha and Mbeumo in the 10s. So he might start FA Cup or whatnot. But I think if Mason Mount doesn't, it's a do or die summer for him. This is do or die season. If he gets injured again or something, or he doesn't play that much, he's a passenger. Look at the final, Europa final. Mason Mount was a passenger. Nothing was going on with him. Garnacho was so mad that he couldn't come on, and he saw what was going on in him. He come out and started chatting at the end. But yeah, Mason Mount, this is the perfect season for me. He has to hit the ground running. So I hope the best for him, man. But if this season doesn't go well, and he's been here for like 2 years, a lot of injuries, I think we're just going to try and sell him next season. So for now, he wants to stay. Fabrizio's said this, that. Nkunku and Chelsea, Smith, it's not happening. Yeah, for those that like Nkunku, he's not a proper striker. That's why Chelsea have gone out there and got another striker. They went and bought the lap when they've already got Nkunku and Jackson. There's already two of them. So yeah, that's the situation with him. Then Fabrizio obviously spoke about the bid, 60 million we put in. He came late after Ben Jacobs. A few other people spoke about it. And then Fabrizio basically said last night, he just said, listen, the priority remains Mbeumo and a new number 9. So we want a striker badly. Some people were saying, after Mbeumo, we're not going to buy a number 9 because there's been a bit of reports coming out and saying Mbeumo can play striker. He played there 15 times for Brentford. Cunha can play striker. He's played there for Wolves. So a lot of people was getting scared. Like, we're not going to get one. They're going to try and do something with Xerxes. No, we're getting a number 9. Fabrizio has stated it. That's our priority. So now if Mbeumo's here we go, and it does go through, the next thing is let's go and get a striker. So yeah, that's what's going on with Man United. Fabrizio's basically saying, like, don't think Mbeumo, that's it. Yeah? After Mbeumo, we want a number 9. And obviously, we've been seeing about the number 9s, the Gyökereses and all of that. And we're going to get into all of that. The strikers now. He's basically saying, look, Victor Gyökeres linked with Man United has no intention of playing for Sporting anymore. He's not expected to return to training after feeling heartbroken by the developments surrounding his exit pack. And he said that's from Abolat. That's a Portuguese outlet, and he's basically saying what they said is right. So that's what he said today. As you can see, the date and the time is at the bottom. That's earlier today, and he says rumors on Sesko wage demands being too high. He says no, they're not backing out the deal for Sesko. Sesko and Gyökeres are both contacts ongoing at the same time. So none of them. So all these rumors about Sesko's wages are too high, blah. No, like they're still in for both, and they're trying to find out the proper financial package for both of them until they make a decision. So he said, let's see what Arsenal decide. It's still 50-50. Obviously, I got to report that because Gyökeres he's basically, if Arsenal diss him and turn him down, we've got a chance. We're second barrel on this. You know what I'm saying? And we've got to hold it. We missed out on Champions League. And then he's just come out today and basically said, Inter Milan are in negotiations with Rasmus Hojlund and Man United. We've known this for a minute that they're in negotiations. It's been on and off. They don't want to pay the money. They want a loan. Then it was, we want 45 million upright. Then it was, they're not going to pay it. It was just so much up and downs. They want a loan. They don't want to. We don't know what's happening. But he's come out today and said that they're in talk. So something's going on. Hopefully something ends up happening from this where he ends up going. We saw all the news about Sancho as well. We're going to get into all of that. But it seems like something is happening, which is very promising, very. Let's go to more news about Fabrizio. He basically said as well about Martinez. Yeah, there's basically, he does want to join Man United. He's ready for a new chapter in his career. Even without Champions League, he wants to join Man United. And then he said this about an hour and a half ago. He said, Napoli will meet with PSV Eindhoven this week. Direct talks for Noah Lang. Why am I telling you this? Because if you look at the bottom, it says the shortlist is among the wingers for Napoli. Dan Doyle is already agreed personal terms, and then they've got Sancho. So Sancho's still there. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but they're looking at other alternatives now because they're saying, yo, this guy is moving mad. His wages are so crazy. Remember the Sporting president came out and said his wages are too mad. We're not going to meet Sancho's wage demands. He's already come out and said that. So from time the Sporting president said that, they're moving on now. They've gone and agreed personal terms with a whole new guy. He plays for Bologna, Dan Doyle, and now they've got Noah Long on their list as well. So they're basically saying, we don't care. Like, what are you saying, Sancho? Do you want to join or not? If you don't want to join, see you later. So that's the situation with Fabrizio, and that's everything that he said. We'll get into Ben Jacobs now. He's been fairly reliable. He broke the whole Mbeumo news yesterday. It was him. So, and he's basically come on the podcast today and said a lot of things about Man United. So we're going to get into it. He said Fenerbahce and Napoli are both exploring a move for Jadon Sancho. Look at the time on that, lads. Look at the time and the date at the bottom. 3:18. So just about 2 hours ago, he said this. That's when he broke the news. Obviously, we've already known about Fenerbahce. If you watched the last stream that I done earlier on today, Fenerbahce is really into Sancho. Apparently, they've agreed his wages already. He's on it, everything. But he wants Napoli or Juventus, so he's stalling them to see if Napoli or Juventus will give him a better deal. But he's had a phone call already with Jose Mourinho. They've had a direct call. Fenerbahce are pushing to sign Jadon Sancho and are prepared to pay 8.5 million in salary, which works out about 165 a week. Jose Mourinho's already spoke to him. Fenerbahce are pushing. So it's all crazy. Things are happening, isn't it? It's up to Sancho where he goes. I think the most exciting project out of all of them is Napoli. They've just won the league. They got Kevin De Bruyne. They got Romelu Lukaku. Darwin Núñez should be going there soon. McTominay's MVP. McTominay's been calling him as well. Reports have come and telling him, yo, come over. If I'm him, I go to Napoli, score a few goals, assist a bit. Next year, Thomas Tuchel gives me a ring. You're going to the World Cup. That's what I think he should do. But it seems like he wants as much money as he can. So Jose Mourinho's trying to get him to Fenerbahce. I've never seen nobody in their prime go to Turkey in their prime. I've seen a lot of people go there after a couple of years, but in their prime, I don't think I've seen anyone move there. So I think he's using Fenerbahce to try to get to Napoli or Juventus. but he's trying to get them to up their bids because Fenerbahce's offered him the most money out of all of them. So I don't know what's happening. We're going to see. I don't care where he goes. As long as he leaves Man United, I'm happy. But this is the situation of Sancho that came out literally 2 hours ago. Remember, Ben Jacobs, he broke the Mbeumo bid. He's been reliable this summer. So we take him in when he's speaking. So that's the situation on Sancho. Fenerbahce won him. Jose Mourinho is proper keen on him. And then we've got, he's talking about the Arsenal sporting director has taken talks for Sesko and Gyökeres. So this is the exact same thing that Fabrizio said, yeah? He said they're talking to both of them at the moment. So that when they find out the prices, which Leipzig and Sporting will accept, they are confident of getting either deal done. So it's like they don't know yet. Because remember, Sporting are having arguments with Gyökeres. They're having beef right now. Gyökeres is saying, you lot made me a deal that I can leave for 50, 60 million euros. And the Sporting president saying, no way, you're not leaving for that. We want 80 million. So they're having a standoff right now. By the time that gets cleared up, everyone will know what he's really worth. That might put Arsenal off, or it might put Arsenal off. They might see it and they go, oh, nah, man, this is long, 75 mil. Nah, we just want to pay 50 million euros or whatever. But then again, Gyökeres, it came out today that he is on strike. He's not coming in for training. He's not going to play for them ever again. So they might look at it and say, listen, we're never going to get money for this guy again. If we leave him here past this transfer window and doesn't play nothing, we're not going to get no money from next season. So Arsenal might be in the best position to sign him, but do they want him? It's always been Sesko, apparently. If Victor Gyökeres joins Arsenal, then Benjamin Sesko to Man United can't be completely discounted. So basically, it can't be ruled out. They had prior interest, exactly, prior. Before our new regime, who we got now, and the players we're getting linked with now. We're getting linked with Cunha, Mbeumo, and all of these guys. Before all of that, we had interest in Sesko years ago. I can't see us doing another project striker. He scored 13 goals. Rasmus Hojlund scored 13 goals in Italy when we bought him. So 72 mil. They want 69 mil for Sesko. That's 3 mil less than Hojlund. There's no difference. There's no difference, literally. So I can't see this new regime of Ineos where they're buying proven players to go out there and spend 69 million on a geezer that scored 13 goals in the German league. What's his name? Omar Mamouche left the German league in January. When it got to May, he still had more goals than Sesko, mate. 13 goals. We can't be dealing with that, bro. So I don't think we're going for him. I think, like he said, we had prior interest. That was the last regime. They were watching him. I don't think the new regime that are really trying to get gems, like proper get players that are doing this thing now. Everyone they're trying to go for is either gems for 1 million, Aiden Heavens and Obi Chidos, etc., or players in their prime that are doing this now. Sesko is not the best striker in Germany. He's not doing it now. So I don't even know why Arsenal's in for him, but all the best to them. I hope they get him and then it opens the door for us with Gyökeres. But I don't think that, I think he's just talking and just basically trying to say, listen, we could go for him still, but we're not really going to go for him. And then it says basically, Man United don't want a permanent exit where they make a book loss. If they sign a striker later than starting striker, then later, it could be the situation where Rasmus Hojlund drops down the pecking order and a late loan. Basically, what he's trying to say is, we don't want to sell Hojlund for just peanuts. And then we've basically made a loss on the books. Remember, we got him for 72 million. So right now, he might be worth something like, who knows, 45 million or something. So if we sell him for 35, then on the book, we've took a loss. And that's what PSR is about, when you lose money, etc. So that's what he's basically saying, that we might end up just letting him go out on loan in the end so that we don't make a loss on the books. Mbeumo, he says, even if they reject the second bid for Brian Mbeumo, it will be close to their valuation. It could come down to paying in installments across a longer period, which results in a higher total fee, or a shorter period, but with a slightly lower fee. So basically what he's saying is, remember, he's the one that broke the news about Mbeumo yesterday. Our bid for Mbeumo, he was the first guy that done it. He's basically saying if they was to break, say no, it's very close anyway, where they can say, all right, you know what, just pay us a bit more for what we actually want, but you could spread it a bit longer. So, for example, a lot of these deals are getting done in installments now. So this year, for example, it's 63 million that's getting quoted. We might just have to give them 21 million. And then next year, 21 million, that's 41, 42. And then the next year after that, 63. It all adds up. So they might just do it like that, or they might just split it down to say, all right, just give us 13 million for 6-7 years or whatever it is. So he's just trying to break it down how negotiations basically work. And then he said, Man United want Brian Mbeumo in for pre-season, which begins in 2 weeks. Therefore, this next week will be likely the big one for the deal. So basically, and it says on the bottom bit as well, that's him as well, but I couldn't put the picture. He says Ruben Amorim wants a big pre-season squad to get a good look at first hand, as this is seen as day one for him. So basically, Ruben Amorim, we're going to judge him from this season, innit? So he wants to get everyone in, bed them in, get all these ideas in from pre-season. Remember how we've been doing it recently? Casemiro's coming in after we lose 4-0 to Brentford. Anthony's coming in, his first games against Arsenal, and then he's scoring whatever. But remember, like, they didn't get pre-season with us. So they just came in and it's just like play. So they don't understand the system. They don't understand what to do. So he don't want no excuses. He's saying, get me all my players that I want now. So by the time pre-season starts, I can drill them. So by the time you get to the first game of the season against Arsenal, they are drilled. There's no excuse. No one ain't coming out and saying nothing. So that's what he's basically saying. And he's saying, despite some of the noise, it's a reality that Kobe Mainoo's preference is to stay at Man United and sign a new deal. Just because it hasn't been announced doesn't mean talks haven't been positive. Kobe wants to stay. Man United want him to stay. There's been so much rumours from rubbish accounts. He's linked with Chelsea. We're going to let him leave. Chelsea want him. It's just bullshit. Kobe wants to stay. We want him to stay. It's not coming out every day. When it does come out, someone will just throw it in there. Chelsea might get him. They could sell Mainoo this year. No one's safe. So people just keep putting his name out there just to get a story out of nothing, get some clicks. He's just basically saying, yo, there's nothing in that. It's positive. Mainoo wants to stay. United want him to stay. Yeah, so that's the situation with Mainoo. Mbeumo, he broke the bid. He told us what it's done. We're still waiting. It hasn't been rejected, so it's positive. If it doesn't get rejected within the first 48 hours, it's always positive. Always. That means they're talking about it and it's very close. Then he gets onto Garnacho and says there's no way the price is 70 million. No way. It was 60 million in January, and logically, given the situation with Garnacho and Amorim and him telling the player to find a new club, that's not a number I expect United to hold out for. So basically, because of all of this madness and everyone always hears about United because of our leaks, this obviously put the price down because everyone knows we don't want him. So if everyone knows you don't want something, they're not going to come there and pay what you actually want. I reckon we'll get about 50 million for him. And if we get 50 million for him, remember, we can spend 3 times the amount because he's an academy player. So as long as he goes, that's it. But Chelsea do like Garnacho, but they're focusing on Jamie Gittins. And Man United's big priority is getting Mbeumo over the line. Jamie Gittins is very close to joining Chelsea. Fabrizio said it today. So Chelsea ain't going to go for Garnacho. They've been doing everything they can not to go for Garnacho, literally. Because they were linked with him in January. It was going to look like they were going to bid. They never bid. Now they're linked with Jamie Gittins. And then they were linked with Malik Fofana. That's the second in command, Malik Fofana. So he's bottom barrel. This is what I'm saying. So I don't know what's going to happen, but hopefully Garnacho has some suitors because he wants to stay in the Prem. Who can really afford him in the Prem? And who needs him? It's questionable, but we'll see. And he basically said there's nothing advancing in regards to Christopher Nkunku and Man United. Remember, for those that missed it, I spoke about Fabrizio at first. This is Ben Jacobs' bit. And Fabrizio basically said the same thing. Nkunku and Man United, it's not happening. This was something that was spoke about 6 months ago when we needed some players, but it didn't happen. It's just bullshit, basically. Matt Law is the one that's come out of it. Matt Law is a speak piece for Chelsea. He gets onto Rashford and he says, Marcus Rashford has made it clear that he wants Barcelona, but Barcelona have made it clear that they want Nico Williams. Nico Williams agreed personal terms. However, Athletic Club want his release clause paid in one, which could be difficult. They're not trying to basically take installments. They're saying, yo, like for Cunha, we paid for it in installments. We might end up paying for him in like 3 years. Like I said, we might break it down 22 million, 22, etc. They're saying we want the 58 million euros for Nico Williams all up front. Barcelona can't afford that. So that's making it a bit sticky. But Nico Williams came out today and said, I want to join Barcelona. He told Athletic Club. So now that he's told them, it might change the dynamic of that deal because obviously, he's not going to be happy if he doesn't get his move. And they're saying they want to pay the money, but be reasonable. And then he says, Man United's position is clear. They want 40 million, they don't want a loan, and they want Marcus Rashford gone. The player at the moment won't engage with suitors that don't have Champions League football, regardless of stature. So he's basically saying, I want Barcelona, but if you're going to come for me, at least have Champions League football. That's what Rashford's basically on. But he's made it so obvious. He done a meeting the other day, a little interview with some Spanish podcasters, and he was saying, Lamine Yamal, I really want to play with him. You have to play with the best, but we'll see and all of that. So he wants to be their bad. He's twerking for them. But obviously, Barcelona are all up in the air. They want Nico Williams right now. They're not prioritizing him the same way he's prioritizing them. So it's interesting to see what happens with that. Emi Martinez has absolutely made it clear that he wants to join Man United, but the club aren't driving this as no decision has been made with Onana. We can't sell Onana. Onana was only linked with Monaco. That's the only team he's been linked with, and that has stalled over his wage, apparently. So, I don't know, man. Ruben Amorim wants clarity on Onana status in the squad right away. If Onana walks in the door on the 7th of July, when they start training, they will want a number 2 keeper. But if they start going aggressive on keepers, and if they found one, it will likely tell Onana that he's no longer needed. Yeah. So, basically, if he comes in for pre-season and he hasn't been replaced, he wouldn't mind keeping him, but he still wants a number 2 because Bayinda is trash. So that's the situation. Bayinda's got to go, or Onana's got to go. If Onana goes, we can get an expensive keeper. If Bayinda goes, we can get a young, cheap keeper, but at least someone that's better than both of them. Tom Heaton's our third choice. He's pants as well. But it's just all over the place, man. It's just a mad one. Onana has to leave. Has to go. He's so trash. And then we got Casemiro. There was all them reports about Saudi last night. They got put to bed earlier, and then Ben Jacob just spoke about it. Said if Man United sold Casemiro for a transfer and got rid of his wages, then it will be immediately put in a striker. If they spend on other positions, then they'll look more budget options in midfield. Wilfred Ndidi is seen as a low-cost option, but likely not a priority. He's 9 million. He's 28. I don't think he's all that, but I don't know, man. Maybe for depth or something, he could work. Do you know what I'm saying? But he couldn't be our starting midfielder, Wilfred Ndidi. I don't think he's that good. He had his time about 5 years ago where he was in his prime when Leicester was doing all right. Now, he just looks, like he's tired all the time. So I wouldn't take him. But for 9 million, maybe to have him on the bench, maybe. I don't know. But what do you lot think about him? Casemiro was very aware of the approach from the Saudi Pro League. After previous approaches, however, at the moment, it's described as soft contact to see if the player has changed his mind. No club has allocated to him. Nobody wants him, bro. This is what we're doing. We're stuck with all these players, man. A lot of our players, nobody wants. It's like everyone watches Man United. Al Nassr want to show ambition in the market to get Cristiano Ronaldo to extend his contract, which runs out in a week, and he wants them to move in the market. However, at this stage, there's nothing advanced nor close with Casemiro. Remember, it was coming out, Al Nassr, they're the ones that want Casemiro, blah, blah, blah. He's saying, that's a myth. Nothing ain't going on over there. So, yeah, Casemiro's here to stay, but I can't see him playing because Ruben's going to have to implement his style now. You get it? He's going to have to play his way. He's got pre-season to bed in his ideas. Remember, he had to change his style more or less halfway through when we kept losing. Put Casemiro in the middle and kept someone next to him. We kind of started playing defensive. I reckon now he's going to take Casemiro out of it and proper go intensify, go crazy with it. That's why he wants everyone for pre-season. For those that missed it, like and subscribe as well, man. You lot that are in here new, like and subscribe. We're here every day, 3 times a day, giving you all the latest Man United news. No one ain't doing it like this, bro. Yeah? All the news is today's news. That's what I do every day. So like, subscribe, you know the whole jazz. I'm here for you lot. This is Fabrizio's for those that missed it. He just basically spoke about Nkunku and Garnacho and said, listen, there's nothing in that. That was spoken about in January. That's a myth. Christopher Nkunku is not seen as a priority for Manchester United, rather an option. He's just an option. It could happen, but no one cares. You're a striker in Chelsea. You're a striker in your own team, and they've had to go in the market and get another striker in the lap. It just shows they don't rate you. Do you understand? Jackson's there and Nkunku. They're meant to be the 2 strikers. Every team has more or less 2 strikers or whatever. They've gone and bought the lap. They're trying to push you out. We're not that team no more where we're taking everyone's crap. We got to drop that out. Yeah, and he basically said that Mason Mount wants to stay at Man United. As of today, he's planning to have an important pre-season, feeling well and fully fit. I think it's do or die for Mason Mount. This season is do or die because he's been in for a few seasons, been injured. We felt sorry for him. He's not really, you get it. Ruben's come in, said he likes him. This is what he won the Champions League in this system. And that Europa League final, he was a passenger. He didn't do much. And he's had games like that a lot. So I feel like this season, remember, he's not probably going to be starting because we've got Mbeumo and Cunha. Hopefully Mbeumo gets over the line, of course. So when you do get sent for, just come on the bench, come off the bench and do what you need to do. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, whatever games you come on, he needs to go ham. Or I reckon after this season, if he starts getting injured and all of that again, they'll just have to get rid of him because it's not going to work, literally. What striker do you think we get? I don't know, it's a weird one. Like I said, with Gyökeres, it's up to Arsenal, man. We're literally just waiting on Arsenal. If Arsenal turn around and go, yo, we want Sesko, we'll get Gyökeres. If not, I think we're in trouble. I think we might even wait to next year or something. I don't think they're gonna rush it and make us, let's just get someone. Because everyone that we've been linked with, the lap rejected us. Gyökeres is waiting for Arsenal. Mateta, apparently he's not even 40 million. He's meant to be more. And he's signing a new deal. He's happy. He wants to go to play Europa. And then Osimhen wants too much wages. His wages are crazy. And Osimhen wants the wages that we're trying to get rid of. Sancho on 250, 300k, whatever. Rashford, etc. So I don't know. It's a weird one, It's so weird. I don't have a clue who we're going to go for. No, here we go yet, man. Soon, hopefully, man. Soon, hopefully. A lot of strikers are available. Gyökeres, Osimhen. Let me go back to Gyökeres, what he said about Gyökeres. Gyökeres linked with Man United has no intention of playing for Sporting. He said this today, basically, that he's gone on strike. Gyökeres' main place he wants to go is Arsenal. He's already told us that, listen, I prefer Arsenal. I'm in my prime. I just want to go there and do what I need to do. So Gyökeres is prioritizing Arsenal at this moment. But Arsenal, this is what they're doing. They got both of them ready. Sesko and Gyökeres, they're right there. They're just waiting to find out who's going to cost what, and then they're going to go for the one that they actually want. It's been reported for ages. Before Berta, the sporting director for Arsenal, walked through the door, it was Sesko. They've been linked with him for 18 months. Gyökeres wasn't in the picture. And then Berta's come in, sporting director, done all his due diligence and said, listen, there's a geezer out there that scored 100 goals in 2 seasons. What are you saying? That's when they started being linked with Gyökeres. So obviously, they've got both of them there. They might want Sesko the whole way, but they're just playing them against each other where it's like, Leipzig, no, we've got to accept this price that Arsenal's saying, or they're just going to go for Gyökeres, vice versa. It could be one way or the other. So I don't know, but I hope the only way we're in this is because Fabrizio's come back and started backtracking and saying, listen, they haven't rejected Man United. Gyökeres hasn't rejected Man United. All he's saying is he prefers Arsenal because of the Champions League, and Man United respect that. Let me tell you something. Remember this year, Lenny Euro was bang on to go Real Madrid. He supported them all his life or whatever. He was bang on to go there. We convinced him. He came. Xerxes was bang on to go AC Milan. We convinced him. He came. Ineos don't care about where your preference is, mate. Yeah, they're looking at it like, all right, let's see what Arsenal do. Because if he turns around and he doesn't get the move to Arsenal, he's already said he wants to play in the Premier League. He's got the relationship with Ruben, and he said from today, he's going on strike. Look at the first one. He's not expected to return to training after feeling heartbroken by the developments about his exit pack. They changed the price on him. 1 minute he was going to go for 60 million euros. Now they're saying they want 70, 80 or something, some madness. But he prioritizes Arsenal because he's saying he's ready to go now. He wants to go and win trophies and all of that now. But he's not saying I've refused Man United. So he's basically trying to put it out there. Because if Arsenal diss me, Man United I can fall back on. And we finished 15th, mate. Like, even the fact that we're even in conversation still with this guy is crazy for me. So I will take him. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, I think we feel like that because it's Arsenal, innit? And we don't like them and we got friends, you know what I mean? But let's be real. It happens, innit? It is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, some players don't want to come, but they come for money. Look what it used to be. Casemiro's come 70 million. He's on a 300 something K. Like, come on, man. Did he really want to come here? Or it just happens, innit? So I'll take him all day, but I feel like we have to wait for him. As soon as this plays out, and then bam. So we might hear next week, Arsenal's putting a bid for Sesko. And then that will let us know, we might be able to go. Or we might hear Arsenal's putting a bid for Gyökeres, and then it's done. There's rumours about us going for Sesko. I'll show you in a minute about Ben Jacobs. I don't think that's true. That's the last regime. But yeah, man, I don't think Osimhen's available. Osimhen's made it clear that if he's coming to a team that's not in the Champions League, he wants them to pay his wage. And his wage, what he wants is like 195k after tax. So that might be like 300 or something. What's the tax? We don't know. So apparently he wants a mad wage, and he's turning down Saudi. Dude's turning down Saudi Arabia's money. What type of money do you want? £1 million a week? Like, I don't know what he's on. So yeah, mate, that's what's going on. So this is what's going on with Gyökeres. Basically, we don't know what's going to happen. It's up to Arsenal. This guy is twerking for them. He's already came out publicly and said, I prefer Arsenal over Man United. He's telling them, yo, I'm not playing for you lot again. Let me leave. I'm not even coming back for training. He's on strike. He's probably going to get fined every day. So he's twerking to get that move to Arsenal. But Arsenal haven't made it clear that we only want you back. That's why it's crazy. Unless they have in private. But to the public, it's still Sesko or Gyökeres. They don't know. So we don't know, man. The way he's coming out and saying all this stuff, you would think they've already told him, like, yeah, we're coming for you type of thing. So I don't know, man. It's a weird one. Obviously, Rasmus and Inter, they're in negotiations today. They've been in negotiations for weeks, to be honest with you. But Fabrizio mentioned it today. So that means something's happening today. And we've already said we don't want a loan. We want the money. We want him to just go. And if it is a loan, it's got to be obligation or something. Not no Sancho. You can opt out for 5 million obligation, a proper obligation. So that's the situation with the strikers. He said that. And then what did Fink say? I'll show you what this is what Ben Jacobs said about the same thing about Gyökeres. He basically said Arsenal sporting director has done talks with both of them where it's advanced stages. And when they find out the financials, that's when he's going to pull the trigger. So they don't know how much is going. Everyone knows Sesko is 69 million. That's evident. But Gyökeres is having beef, having dramas with his sporting president because they done a deal for him and said, yo, we'll let you go next season for 50 million euros. That's like 40-something million. This guy's come out this year and scored 63 goals. They've gone, we can't sell him for 40 million. The geezer scored 63 goals. So now they've gone mad. They basically bumped him. Now they're saying he won 80 million. So obviously, no one knows how much he's actually worth. So it's a weird one, bro. It's a weird one. But Ben Jacobs is trying to say that if Gyökeres joins Arsenal, look at the middle article, that we might be in for him because we used to be interested in him prior. That's the old regime. Let me just make that clear for everyone. He's just basically saying that like we used to be interested in him, so it could happen. He's not saying there's anything in there or he's a target. We've seen our targets. Mateta, Delap rejected us. Osimhen, wages too high, and Gyökeres. Ekitike as well. That's another guy that has come out. No one else. So Sesko, I don't want to go nowhere near him, bro. Rasmus Hojlund scored 13 goals in the Italian league, and we bought him for 72 million. Benjamin Sesko scored 13 goals in the Bundesliga, and he's going for 69 million. That's more or less the same price. They're both 21. That's a project striker. That's give him time. You're feeling sorry for him. I ain't got time for that no more, bro. I see what they're doing with the prime stuff. They're coming for man now that are hitting the ground running now. So I can't even see us going for him. Do you understand? If you're not ripping it up in them leagues there, don't come to the Prem and we got to give you time. It's long. We ain't got time. Ruben will get sacked if we give him time. We ain't got time to give no one time. That's why Arsenal is the best place for him because they got Havertz that can play up front. He can share with him. 70th minute, switch. I'll play Champions League. That's why I thought they're definitely getting Sesko because Arteta loves Havertz. And apparently reports said come out that he wants Havertz to still start as the number 9. So if you want that to happen, you would share him and Sesko together. And that makes sense. Sesko won't have a problem. You have a better wage. He's 21. But imagine if Gyökeres goes there. He's just scored 63 goals, 100 goals in 2 seasons. He's going there saying, I'm the number 9. I'm not sharing this with no one. Like, I'm the main man. I've come to win you the league. That changes everything. So that's why I was thinking there's no way they're going to go for Gyökeres if that's the situation, but we don't know. Berta always lines up. Berta is Arsenal sporting director. He always lines up his targets, and then at the end, he pulls the trigger on one. So we don't know who it's going to be. Everyone's waiting. As soon as we find out, we'll know more about who they really want. And I feel like that's what we're waiting for. That's why when we ain't made no moves. Obviously, we can't make a move with no striker anyway. We got to sell. But I'm just saying, it's died down like our striker links. Apart from Ekatike, and I don't even think that was fully like it's fully nailed on, because he's another project striker, 63 million, and he's just had a little good season in Bundesliga. He's not really, you know what I'm saying? He ain't been smashing it, has he? So yeah, man, I think it's just, yeah, I just think we're just gonna have to wait and see. It's just a waiting game, this one. That's all it is, literally. It's just, we just gotta wait and see what happens. Sancho was a flat track bully. He likes the level lower to look better. He's rubbish, good riddance. Never wanted him or rated him. Bro, you see the thing with Sancho, yeah? I just can't see. I don't think I've seen one player in their prime go Turkey, go to the Turkish league in their prime. I don't think I've seen it. So obviously the fact that Fenerbahce has basically agreed terms with him or whatever, I think he's just using that to get more money from Napoli and Juventus, where he actually wants to go. Do you get it? I don't think he actually wants to go to Fenerbahce. There's no way. I don't think I've seen it. Every player I've seen, St. Maximum, he went Saudi first and then went to Fenerbahce. Sorry, yeah. En Nasri. All these guys like Sevilla, like they're coming from different places. They're not in their prime. They're banging in goals now. I'm not saying that Sancho is doing that, but I'm saying he can still go World Cup. He should still have them aspirations to, you know what, So I think he's going to go Napoli or Juventus. I think he's trying to use Fenerbahce to just look, this is what I want. I'm willing to agree terms, 165 with Fenerbahce. So just come and match that, and I'll come to you, basically. I think that's what he's basically putting out there. But yeah, man, he's definitely not staying, though. And it's good that all these links are coming out today, because there was way more links than this before. This is all that's just come out from Ben Jacob. Like I said to you, I'm only going to do a Fabrizio on Ben Jacob. There's other links that's come out, but they're from different people. So I haven't put that in this stream. The next one, I'll probably put it in there. But yeah, he's linked with Fenerbahce, Juventus, and Napoli. So I don't know what's going on, but Fenerbahce are pushing. He's already spoke to what's this geezer called? Jose Mourinho on the phone. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, man. I just hope he goes. We'd love to see the back of him. You know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe. Yeah, man, like and subscribe, man. Whoever's here new, we do this every day, 3 times a day, man. Every day I'm here, 3 times a day, giving you the daily Man United news. So you don't miss nothing here. Yeah, 3 times a day. So make sure you subscribe, hit the like button. We're out here, man, giving all the works for you lot. No more crap from Serie A, please. Yeah, man, I don't want... That's what I'm saying. Someone said Vlahovic. I nearly missed that. I didn't even speak about that. Vlahovic. No way, Joseph, man. The only person on this list, the only 2 is Gyökeres and Osimhen. Vlahovic, I haven't heard his name in a few years, mate. You can't be quite that quiet in your league. Osimhen's the guy that was in Napoli killing it. Him and Kvaratskhelia. Who's the guy killing it now? McTominay. Lukaku scoring a few goals. We're not hearing this guy's name no more. We was hearing Vlahovic's name 3 years ago. We're not hearing it anymore. So that's a bit spooky. If you're coming to Man United and you're coming from one of these leagues, you've got to be smashing your league. Gyökeres is smashing his league. 63 goals. And people are still saying, if he comes to the Prem, he's going to be rubbish. People are still dissing him, and he scored 63 goals. Imagine Vlahovic. Come on, man. What are we going to be saying about him? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So, yeah. I think Osimhen, he just needs to put his wage down. We'll get him straight away, man. When is coming in for medical tests? When is Mbeumo coming in? We're waiting for a here we go, bro, man. As soon as we get a here we go for Mbeumo, he'll come in for a medical test, bro. But we ain't got a here we go yet, bro. I'll go back to what got said about Mbeumo, but from both of them. Basically, Fabrizio just said, obviously, that we've done the bid, and he just said, listen, after we get Mbeumo, we want a striker. Because a lot of reports are coming out today saying Mbeumo can play striker. He's played there 15 times for Brentford. Cunha can play striker. He's played there 20 times or something for Wolves. But Fabrizio's come and said, yo, after Brian Mbeumo, our priority right now is Brian Mbeumo and a number 9. So then when you see that, and then you see these articles, and it's talking about Rasmus Hojlund is in negotiations with Inter Milan, it makes sense. because we're trying to push him out and we need a number 9. So we put the bid in for Rasmus Hojlund. We put the bid in for Bryan Mbeumo. We're waiting for that to get accepted. It's close to what they want. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And then obviously we're trying to push out the deadwood. Sancho's close to leaving. Anthony's close to leaving. And now Rasmus is in negotiations. But Rashford's waiting for Barcelona. That's been documented by Ben Jacobs. So things are happening, isn't it? At least they're getting linked to clubs. Do you know what I mean? Casemiro was meant to be linked with Al Nassr. That came out to be rubbish. Garnacho, I ain't seen no club. Chelsea was in for him, but they're very close to signing Gittins. So let me just summarize what basically Fabrizio said. Fabrizio basically said, Man United and Chelsea, that was a January thing when they was talking about some swap deal thing. That's not going to happen. It's a myth. Like, Nkunku is not the priority for Man United. Our priority is Mbeumo and a striker. Mason Mount's going to stay. This is his last season in my head to do or die. It's a big season for him. If he starts getting injured again and he's not really doing much, I reckon we'll get rid of him next season. I really want him to do well. Ruben likes him a lot, so we'll see what happens with this. Obviously, he ain't going to be starting games if we get Mbeumo and Cunha. He'll probably be coming off the bench or FA Cup, Carabao Cup. He plays position because we've got 1 game a week. But when he comes off and when he comes on the field, he needs to be doing things. So I think this is his season where he has to shine, or we'll probably get rid of him next season. If he has one of them seasons that he's been having where he's never fit and he's injured and he's just having performances where you don't even know he's on the pitch, I reckon it's going to be the end for him. So that's the situation with Mason Mount. He's staying. He's not going. There's been reports, we want to get rid of Mason Mount. It's rubbish. He's just saying, yo, forget about it. And then you got Bryan Mbeumo. He just basically told us about the bid. It was 60 million. They're waiting. Discussions continue. So it might get accepted or whatever. The priority is Bryan Mbeumo and a new number 9. We want a striker after Bryan Mbeumo. Yeah, don't get confused. He just says Victor Gyökeres is heartbroken about his exit pack because basically he's having beef with his sporting director. They basically changed his price. They told him he could go for 40 million next season. He scored 63 goals. They've changed their mind. Nah, we're not selling you for 40 million, mate. You've gone mad. We want 80 million euros. So he's basically heartbroken. He gave them his all. He said, I'm not coming back to training. He's on strike. So it's up to Arsenal. I've got both of them lined up. If they go for Sesko, we will go for Gyökeres, basically. If they go for Gyökeres, then I don't know who we're going for. We're in trouble. Rasmus Hojlund is in negotiation with Inter Milan. He's been in negotiations with them for a minute now, but I don't know what's happening. Like, it's just, there's so much loan talks and we will accept this. They don't want to pay this, but they're in negotiations again today. Look at the time and date on the bottom, 24th. So something's happening. Hopefully he ends up leaving. That's the situation with him. And the last thing from Fabrizio from today was just, he said, Martinez, initial contact did take place with Martinez. He's open to joining, but everything's on Onana. If Onana goes, we'll get Martinez. He really wants to come. He doesn't care about Champions League. He's ready for a new chapter. He wants to leave. So that's the situation with Martinez. And then he just basically said, look, Napoli are going for PSV, Eindhoven winger, Noah Lang now. Now they want Lang. They got personal terms agreed with Ndoye, who plays for Bologna, because Jadon Sancho's on the list, but he's acting up with his wage. So he's still there. But they're moving on. Look, they're saying Napoli will meet in the next 24 to 48 hours. So what's really going on with him? Is he going to accept his wage or not? It's crazy, bro. So I don't know what's happening with him, but he just made sure he put Jadon Sancho's on the list. So he's letting it be known they're not coming for Sancho and other players. They're meeting this player and then they're going to leave Sancho alone. And obviously Sancho, we're hearing all these rumors about things. So I'm going to get into Ben Jacobs now for you that have missed it. Fenerbahce and Napoli are both exploring a move for Jadon Sancho. So if Napoli's just gone in for now long, which was literally not too long ago, if you know what I'm trying to say, it's not really making sense. I don't know if there's games being played, but they want Sancho, but he doesn't want to drop his wage, basically. Fenerbahce really want him, but I've never seen someone in their prime. Me personally, I've never seen someone in their prime move to the Turkish league. I've never seen it. So I don't think he's going to go there. I think he's just playing games with them. He's already accepted their project, apparently. But he's not gave them the green light. Like, all right, you know what? I'm moving to, like, I'm going to come there. So Napoli's involved, Juventus is involved, Fenerbahce is involved, and Fenerbahce are really pushing. Jose Mourinho is obviously the manager. He's had a direct call with Jadon Sancho and basically told him about the project. So we'll pay you 165k a week, 8.5 million in salary. Like, it's all set up and ready. But he's still talking to Napoli. He's still talking to Juventus. Things are moving, which is positive because we want to see the back of him. So hopefully that just comes true one of these days, or today or tomorrow. We hear, yep, Jadon Sancho and Fenerbahce, here we go, or Napoli or whatever. And then obviously Jacob spoke about the striker stuff as well. And he basically just said, listen, Victor Gyökeres and Benjamin Sesko, they're both there lined up by Arsenal. Arsenal sporting director's got both of them there ready. And all he's going to do, as soon as he finds out the price from either Leipzig or Sporting, is pick the one that they really want and just get him. Obviously, if that fails, he'll probably go for the other one. But that's what they're planning on doing. If Gyökeres joins Arsenal, because remember, our thing is, if Arsenal go for Sesko, we will get Gyökeres, right? Ben Jacobs is saying, if Gyökeres was to join Arsenal, then Sesko could come to Man United because we've been prior interested in him. I remember when we was interested in him, it was a few years ago. It's before any Arsenal that came in, we was interested in Sesko. I can't see that happening again. I've just made an example for those that missed it. I said, listen, Sesko's 21. He's 69 million. That's how much they want for him. And we got Hojlund, who was 72 million, 21. Look at the similarities. It's exactly the same. It's project. From what we're doing right now, it's either we get gems for £1 million or whatever. Look at Aiden Heaven and Cheeto Obies and that for so cheap. So either we get gems for that price or we get players in their prime. Mbeumo 63, Cunha 62. We've been linked with Gyökeres. He scored 100 goals in 2 seasons. Delap, yeah, he scored 13 goals for Ipswich, which is impressive, and he done it in the Prem. So it's like, give us something. But you're doing that in the Bundesliga, 13 goals. I don't think that's going to be enough to convince them to come back for you. So I don't think this is going to happen. I think he just, like he said, we had prior interest. So we had interest in him before, but I don't think we're ever going to bring that interest back. He scored 13 goals. Omar Mamouche left in January. By the time the season ended in May, he had more goals than him. Don't bring Benjamin Sesko nowhere in my club, please. I don't want no more project strikers. Just get, man, someone that is certified, that scores goals. At least they're ripping it up in their own league, at least. If you're in the Bundesliga, Italian league, someone, but you be ripping it up over there. You're the first, second, or third highest goal scorer at least. This geezer got 13 goals. Hojlund got 13 goals when we signed him in the Italian league. And how's that ended up for us? I can't see them doing that. Spending that much. 69 million is crazy. So yeah, that's what he's basically saying about this. He's basically saying about Hojlund that we don't want to get a book loss. So he might be worth 45 million right now or something. We can't sell him for 30. So we might just, if it goes to like the end, we might just say, all right, go out on loan. And then after he's done a year, his book less will go more down and then we can sell him for, you know what I mean? So that's what he's basically saying over there. And then he spoke about Mbeumo, because remember, Ben Jacobs is the guy that broke the Mbeumo news. This is why there's a lot of faith in him right now. He broke the whole news. He was the first guy to talk about it. And he basically just said, if Brentford reject the second bid, it's very close anyway. Like, the valuation's closer. And they might just change certain things up in it to make it accepted, where you might have to pay a bit more. So say we might have to pay 67 mil, but in a shorter time or a longer time, just basically installments. Basically just trying to tell us how installments work. And he's basically just saying, Man United want Bryan Mbeumo in for pre-season, which begins in 2 weeks. Therefore, this next week will likely be a big one for the deal. Because obviously the 7th of July is when everyone's coming back for training, etc. They're going to train, and then I think pre-season's in 24 days or something. It actually starts, I think, in 24 or 25 days. And he just says Ruben Amorim wants a big pre-season squad to get a good look firsthand, because this is seen as day one for him. They're looking at him from this season as this is your start. That little 6 months was good, so we can see who can work and who can't. But now your day starts now. So basically, he wants to have everyone there to have a look at everyone who can fit the system, who's going to, whatever. So that's how he's looking at it. And then all the Kobe Mainoo noise, every minute we hear he's linked with Chelsea, Man United might sell him. Oh, he's not untouchable. So Man United was bullshit. He's basically saying, listen, despite some noise on the situation, the reality is Kobe Mainoo's preference is to stay at Man United and sign a new deal. Just because it hasn't been announced doesn't mean talks haven't been positive. So the talks are probably positive. Mainoo wants to stay. We want him to stay. But because they're not being announced, everyone's just speculating. Oh, he's not untouchable. They might sell him. Blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just crap. So we're just letting us know that's all cool. Don't worry about that. And remember, Mainoo ain't been starting a lot in this new system. So everyone just speculating. Oh, he's not needed anymore. Amrin don't rate him. Blah, blah. Like, come on. He's probably one of our best academy products, like, for ages. I can't see them just selling him like that. And then we got Garnacho. He's basically saying there's no way the price is 70 million. Like, it was 60 million in January. So logically, with the situation that Garnacho's had with Amrin saying, yo, go find a new club, it can't be 60 million still. So he says, that's not a number I expect United to hold out for. So they're probably putting it out in the press. Yeah, we want 70 million. So you can come. And when you start negotiating with us, we start there, 70 million. And then we meet in the middle or something. 50 million, I think is fair, or something like that. Chelsea do like Garnacho, but they're focusing on Jamie Gittins. Jamie Gittins today, it got said by Fabrizio and Ornstein that he's close to joining Chelsea. So they don't want Garnacho. That was rumours that was coming out in January a lot. Garnacho to Chelsea, it was gang crazy. They want Jamie Gittins. He's a Dortmund player, and it's very close. Ornstein said it, and Fabrizio's come out and said it. I'm not putting it here because it's irrelevant to us. But yeah, United's big priority is getting Brian Mbeumo deal over the line. So they don't care about all of that. But there's nothing advanced about Nkunku and Man United. It came out yesterday about this swap deal. We're going to swap Garnacho for Nkunku. There's nothing in it. Fabrizio's mentioned it and said there's nothing in it. It was from, what's it called? He said from January, we was talking about it. It was conversations we was having. Because remember, they wanted Garnacho in January. So we was having conversations with them and his name came up. Like, what about Nkunku? Blah, blah. And then since then, when they're bored, a lot of these journalists, they just mention it. Oh, Nkunku. Like, it's nothing. There's nothing going on there. And then you got Marcus Rashford. He just said basically Marcus Rashford has made it clear that he wants Barcelona, but Barcelona have made it clear they want Nico Williams. Nico Williams has literally agreed personal terms with them, and he's came out today and told Atletico Madrid, I want to go to Barcelona. He's literally told them. So that looks like it's in the bag. But Atletico Club have to pay Atletico Club are asking for the whole release clause to be paid up front. That don't happen anymore. I ain't seen no one do that in ages. So I'm sure they'll give in. And obviously with Nico Williams coming out now and saying that, yo, listen, I want to think. What's that happening there? Phil talks with a midfielder. Okay. Yeah, Nico Williams coming out and saying, I want to go to Barcelona. You have to put it down now. You have to let the guy get his move or he's going to be unhappy. And remember, Nico Williams is really... You know what I'm saying? He's patterned, like, he's done. I know Athletic Club for Nico Williams. That's the only reason I think about them. When we got drawn to them in Europa, everyone was talking about Athletic Club because of Nico Williams. He's been their best player for years. So now he's coming to you saying, listen, I want to go to Barca. Please make it happen. They're going to do some type of compromise, innit? Let's be real. So, yeah, Man United's position is very clear. They want 40 million. They don't want a loan. They want Rashford gone. Yeah, you see what we can see right now, what we're all looking at, the back of him, that's what Man United want, to see the back of Marcus Rashford. See you later. The player at the moment isn't engaging in no clubs. He's already came out on live podcast for a big podcaster for Spain, you know. Them youths are big for Spain. Twerking for Lamar. Yeah, I want to play with the best. Yeah, Barca. He wants to go Barca bad. But he's saying if you don't have Champions League football, he ain't even giving you a chance, basically. So that's what Rashford's on. He wants to go Barca. Barca want thing. They want Nico Williams right now. That's their focus. They're basically telling Rashford to wait to the end or something like that. After they've got all these priorities, then we'll come in for you. They're taking the piss out of him. They're not even prioritizing you. So he really wants Barca, but they don't really want him. They went in for Luis Diaz first. Liverpool said he's not for sale. And then they went for Nico Williams. And obviously he's agreed personal terms. But apparently after Nico Williams, he's got the idea that after Nico Williams, they still want him because they want him to be a backup to Lewandowski. I don't know. Ben Jacobs ain't saying nothing about that. He's saying that they want Nico Williams. So he's clearly trying to tell us that the winger he wants to be, they've got someone else for him. Because when you look at their club, how much wingers they've got Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, Rafinha, Fermin Lopez, and who else is there as well? And if they get Nico Williams, that's Nico Williams. That's 5. This is what I'm saying. Ansu Fati's leaving. So he can only go there and play behind, what's his name? Lewandowski. That's it. And that's what I'm saying. Come on, Rashi, man. You can go to a club right now and be the main goal scorer. You really want to just go Barca to play behind another striker. Let's be real, man. But each their own, man. You know what I mean? If that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. He spoke about Emi Martinez and he said, Emi Martinez has absolutely made it clear he wants to join Man United. He's been twerking for the whole 2 weeks. Every report I'm seeing about Emi Martinez is he wants to come to Man United. Like, he wants a big club. So, yeah, the club ain't really pushing it because of Onana. We've got no sales for Onana. This is what's going on. I see some people complaining the other day saying, oh, why are we not selling these players? No one wants them. There's a difference. I'm sure if someone comes with money and says, I want to take Onana, we're letting him go. But if no one wants these players, what can we do? So, yeah, Ruben Amorim has basically clarified that 7th of July, that's when we start training. If Onana's there, he doesn't mind keeping him because it's like he doesn't want to disrupt his thing. He wants to go ham from pre-season and just bedding his ideas on all of them. So basically, that's what he's saying. They want to sell Bayern and then they want to buy a young keeper after they've sold Bayern. So that's what he said about that. And then he spoke about Casemiro, and I'll go through some of these chats. He basically said that if Man United sold Casemiro for a transfer and got rid of his wages, then it will be immediately put on a striker. Casemiro's on 300-something K. So maybe you're right. Who was it that said that again? Maybe you're right. If we was to go for if we was to sell Casemiro, maybe we'll go for Osimhen and pay him 300K. Who knows? Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe you're right, bro. I can't remember who said that in the chat. But yeah. So that's what he's saying. He's saying we'll put that money straight on a striker. But he's saying we've looked at Wilfred Ndidi, who used to play for Leicester. He's 9 million and he's 28. I think his best years were 5 years ago. Do you understand? I don't think before Leicester got relegated and came back, I think that's what his best years was. I don't think Ndidi for 9 million is a bit of a, you know what, you could put him on the bench, but come on, we've got so much kids that can come on and give you energy and they're here for the future. I can't see us going for that one, but he's just saying that it's a low cost option, but likely not a priority. So obviously, clearly, there's other people that are more of a priority. Casemiro was fully aware of the Saudi Pro League and after previous approaches. However, at this moment, it's described as soft contact. So they don't really care. This is what I'm saying about our team. Everyone that's coming in and saying little things about certain of these players, Casemiro, Onana, it's like, it's soft. It's like, oh, what? Would you come? Like, yeah, all right, we'll think about it. We'll shout you. It's not, we want you now. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's soft contact. What's soft contact? There's a new word every day. Al Nassr want to show him ambition in the market and get Cristiano Ronaldo to extend their contract, which runs out in a week. And he wants them to move in the market. However, at this stage, there's nothing advanced nor close with Casemiro. So basically, they want Ronaldo to stay. Because remember, Ronaldo's not only scoring goals over there, but he's a big brand. Do you know how much people watch Al Nassr just to watch Ronaldo? Do you know how much people wear Al Nassr tops just to have Ronaldo on the back? So they need to keep him to keep their money flowing. They might not even care about him playing football. They might just say, yo, this is bringing us so much money. So they're trying to bring some good players over there now. They've been the amount of players that's turned down Saudi in this summer is crazy. Bruno Fernandes, I can't even tell you the list, but I just keep hearing it every minute. He's there getting turned down. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, but hopefully it could just go around. It can keep getting turned down, and then it gets to Casemiro, and then he can get his goal. Because if he goes, that 300K is going straight to a striker, or we'll probably get a proper midfielder, someone that actually suits the system. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's the situation with Casemiro. We're waiting to see. Obviously, it came out yesterday, all mad. Oh, Al Nassr's putting a bid for Casemiro. It's a mad offer. He shut it down and said it's a myth. It's not happening. So, yeah. Nottingham Forest has rejected a 45 million bid for Anthony Elanga. Yeah, I saw that. We got a 20% sell-on clause. I saw that, Irfan. I saw that still. But this is what I'm saying. We would have been nice for that one. We would have got a little drink. But Newcastle, they're getting turned down by everyone. And Mbeumo turned them down. They started putting out all these sources saying that it's 250k. They're the ones that were doing it. And Mbeumo turned them down. And their journalists came out and said, we can't afford him. He's on 250k. And it went crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? It went mad. Mateta is apparently signing a deal with Palace. He's happy. He wants to play Europa with them. And apparently he's not going to cost 40 mil. Everyone is saying 40 mil. Apparently he's not going to cost 40 mil. He's going to cost way more. And he doesn't even want to leave. He's happy. So I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe it looks like Eze might be going to Tottenham. Maybe when Eze leaves and goes to Tottenham, maybe he might look around and go, "Ooh, this is going to get long. I'll leave." But I haven't seen us fully linked to him, though. I've seen like everyone say, let's get Mateta and little links. But I haven't seen Ben Jacobs, Fabrizio Romano, any of the big dogs come out and say, yo, Mateta, Man United, they're proper interested or they're looking at him. It's just been like everyone wants him. Everyone's saying, we can go for Mateta. But they don't seem like they proper want it. Congrats on the 300. Come on, bro. Appreciation, bro. Big up, Metch. Yes, listen, you lot need to subscribe, you know. A lot of you lot in the chat right now, subscribe. We're doing this every day, 3 times a day. We're giving you lot all the latest Man United news. No one ain't doing it like this. Yeah? Lunchtime, midday, and nighttime, we're coming on this thing and giving you lot all the latest news. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button as well. Do you understand? We're here for you lot, man. Man United to the world. Man United have held talks with representatives of Club Brugge midfielder Arden Deshari. AC Milan are currently leading the race after submitting a 25 million bid. Club Brugge. Who said that? Ryan Taylor Sport, yeah? He's a bit dodgy, that you know, man. He's on and off. Yeah. Vivil gets... Oh, you reckon the sources of... You reckon, yeah? I've seen his name a few times and then I haven't seen nothing come from it. So he's reliable then. And Vivil's on a different thing. Since he's come, we're getting the gems in. But yeah, so I got to look at this guy, Jashari. As soon as I come off the stream, I'll have a little look at him still, Jashari. But this is what happened with Xerxes. This is what I'm trying to say about the Gyökeres thing. Everyone's, he's dissed us and let's not go in for him. He's second choice in us. Xerxes was just about to join AC Milan. We came in and took him. The exact same thing. So it's mad. It could happen still. Victor Van Duwan wants to win trophies with Arsenal. I hear you. Listen, I don't blame everyone for feeling like this, but you know what it is? Like I say to you, lot, we finished 15th. We finished 15th, bro. We shouldn't even be in conversations with these type of strikers, brother. We should be looking at some 18-year-old from Switzerland or something. That's the only player that should be wanting to come to Man United after that 15th one. So I don't even think, man. I don't care for it. I just say, blood, if he's coming, I'll take it. You scored 60 goals last season. Boom, boom, boom. So I hear you, Cavani. I hear you. And I did feel like that when it first happened. When I first saw that he prefers Arsenal and my Arsenal friends were calling me, I was like, bruh, this guy, blood. Like, fuck this geezer. Rare. But now it's like, bro, I'm thinking about it logically. Like, if they take Tesco, I'll take him. Because there's so much players that probably didn't want to come Man United back in the day. They ended up coming Man United because of the money. And then they ended up being a success. Do you know what I mean? You just never know. Look at the wages we're giving out. You think Sancho wanted to come here from Dortmund, then he might not even wanted to come. We'll put him on 300k. Casemiro, 70 million. So a lot of these players, we just went mad and we just paid some crazy piece. But this is the situation about Victor, though. It's just, they're still looking at both of them. They're looking at Sesko, they're looking at Gyökeres. They're making contact with both of them. As soon as they find out the financials, they're going to make a bid for the one that they want. So we don't know who they actually want, who they're going to go for. Ben Jacobs basically said the same thing. So hopefully, Ben Jacobs is thinking that we might even go for Sesko. I don't think that's true. He said we used to be in for him, but like he said, used to be. That was the old regime, old school times. So I think that's not even going to happen. But yeah, man, it's a mad one still. Let's let Rashford just go to Saudi. He don't want to go to Saudi. That's the difference. A lot of these guys don't want to go to Saudi yet. Saudi's like a 30s onwards thing. That's how they're feeling, a lot of them. When they get to 30s and that, all right, let me go get my last check and chill out. A lot of them don't want to go Saudi. Who's the youngest player that went Saudi? I think it was that Gabri Vega or something, and he's trying to come back. It's crazy. Do you know what I mean? A lot of young players don't want to go Saudi, and Rashford feels like he's in his prime, innit? He wants to go World Cup next year. Do you know what I mean? So, no, you go Saudi. No one ain't watching you. What's going on with Ivan Toney? What's going on with Duran? No one knows what's going on with them. You think they're going to go... You think Ivan Toney might go to the World Cup? They might say, nah, we'll take Watkins instead or something. They're not watching him. No one ain't watching him. This is what I'm saying. Man are watching Al Nassr for Ronaldo and seeing Duran. That's the only place you'll really see Duran. Who's going out their way to say, let me go and see what Ivan Toney's keeping up with? No one cares. So he might not even make the World Cup because of that move. But no one wants Rashford. Yeah. He wants to go Barcelona. And he's saying he only wants to check out Champions League teams. So I don't know what's going to happen with him. It's a weird one. Saudi doesn't fit in his lifestyle. Yeah, 100%. Safe. Saudi doesn't fit in his lifestyle, boy. It's too far. If players don't want to come, then move on. Yeah. But this is what I'm saying, though, man. Like, obviously, Cunha and Mbeumo, you can tell they had options and they dissed them teams to come to Man United. That's different. And them doing that is killing the Gyökeres argument, innit? I get it. But what I'm trying to say is, bro, the fact that we finished 15th and we got Rasmus Hojlund up front, I would take anyone on the 17th of August to be up front as a striker for us. I would rather it be anyone. That's what I'm trying to say. We're in for the striker still that scored the most goals in the world, and he's just said his preference. Every single player has a preference, but it doesn't come out publicly. His agent is an idiot that he's put that out there. There was no need for that. So, like Man United have said, they don't care. Like, it's cool. They respect it. They understand. Arsenal's in the Champions League. It's his preference to go there. No problem. But if that don't go through, that don't materialize, come true, brother. We're going to come for you. This guy scored the most goals in the world last season. Like, who wouldn't take him? Do you know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying. I hear it, innit? He's come out and said Arsenal, and Arsenal's so close to home that it's mad. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. 100%, bro. You know what I'm saying? Jadon Sancho to Fenerbahce. Yeah, I put the report out about that from Ben Jacobs. Jadon Sancho, where is it? It's Garnacho. Yeah, I put a little report about that. Look, Fenerbahce, they're proper onto him. Jose Mourinho's probably said he spoke to him already. They've already spoke on the phone. They're going to give him 165k a week. Napoli's interested as well, but I don't know what's going on with that because Napoli spoke to him, and the what's his name? The sporting director came out in public and said, we will not pay Sancho's salary in public. What? I didn't understand that. Was he trying to say deal off? Like, why would you say that in public if you're still talking to each other? Do you know what I'm saying? It didn't really make no sense, bruv. So, but it seems like Fenerbahce is bang on, but I just can't see him going to Fenerbahce. I can't remember the last player in their prime that went to Turkey. Players usually go there a bit more later. Do you know what I mean? And Napoli, they've got an exciting project when you look at it, you know. Kevin De Bruyne, McTominay MVP, Lukaku, Darwin Núñez might come, right wing spot, just waiting for someone to take it, and he's the guy. But he's on some long thing that now they're looking at other options now. Look, Napoli are looking at this geezer now. Noah Lang, they're going to talk to him in the next 24 to 48 hours, and they've agreed terms with Ndoye. So this might end up flopping. This is what I'm saying. It's going mad. This might end up flopping. And then maybe he has to go to Fenerbahce then. Who knows? I don't know, man. It's a weird one, man. It's a weird one. 18.5. I saw this report. 18.5 million, blah, blah, blah. But I think we want more, though. And because there's 3 clubs in from there's Juventus, they said they'll pay the money. Napoli, they said they'll pay the money. So if they say 18.5, why are we going to accept that when we've got 2 other clubs? You got to remember, Sancho's basically got a release clause. Do what you need to do with Sancho. As soon as you agree terms with him, just pay us our 25 million. That's what it is with Sancho. That's what Nico Williams has got right now, 58 million release clause. Cunha had a 62.5. We've basically got the same thing with Sancho, where we want 25 million. It's out there. Everyone knows. Just pay us our 25 million, you can have him. Literally. And also Garnacho for Nkunku. I'll take that. Nah, I don't rate him. And I think that's gas. Where's that one now? I'll show you now. I think it's gas still. This is Ben Jacobs talking about it. He said there's nothing advanced in regards to Christopher Nkunku to Man United. So that one's gas. They were talking about it in January, and yeah, it's nothing really to it. And Fabrizio spoke about it as well. Where did Fabrizio talking about it? here, Fabrizio spoke about it as well and said, listen, there's nothing going on. There's no club-to-club talks regarding a swap deal. No personal terms have been agreed. It's just gas. Literally, it's just gas. It's just been made up. Like, it's not going on. Nothing ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. That's the situation with Nkunku. I wouldn't take him. He's too similar kind of to Xerxes. And from time, bro, when's the last time you even saw him do his celebration? Nkunku. The man's been playing in the Conference League and he ain't even scoring there. Allow it, man. From time you're in your club and they're already trying to buy a new striker, it's mad. Because they've got the lap now. It was him and Jackson going back to back. They should have been the two. They don't even want him. They're trying to push him out. Allow it. So anyways, it's come out. We're not interested in him. It's all gas. Forget about it type of thing. Jamaica in the house. Big up Jamaica, bro. Come on. Big up every country in here. Good channel. Subscribe. First visit. Love, bro, man. Appreciate it, man. If you're here your first time, subscribe. We're here 3 times a day, bro. Lunchtime, midday. I'm here 3 times a day and at night as well. So I'm giving you all the latest Man United news. You know we're the best fan base in the world. We deserve it, yeah? We got to catch on everything. So certain things might be some other journalists, but today I'm just focusing on the big dogs, Ben Jacobs and Fabrizio. So subscribe, hit the likes, man, the algorithm, you know, the whole shebang. Back our boss, 100%. Yeah, man, I believe in Ruben, man. I feel like this has to be the season, man. I believe in him, man. He's got to make it happen. Manchester United must sign goalkeeper like Diego. He's too much. He's 60 million. 60 million euros. And let me tell you something about Diego Costa as well, yeah? He, bro, the last game I saw of him, the first game I saw about Diego Costa, yeah, he threw the ball in the net twice for us. We played him in Europa. Are you forgetting? This is when Ten Hag was still the manager. We played him in Europa League. We scored 2 goals that he basically threw the ball in the net. There were 2 Anana type of mistakes, literally. And then Ten Hag took Rashford off, and then they just scored 3 goals, and then we scored the Harry Maguire header in the last minute. I ain't got time for Diego Costa. From that one game, I was like, ooh, this guy's got Anana in him. So, yeah, it was mad. And United are close to agreeing a deal to sign Brian Mbeumo. United's latest build is 55 with 5 easy add-ons. Where have you seen that? Okay, yeah, Standard Sport. Yeah, bro, it's been coming out that we're close, man. A lot of them are saying it, man. A lot of them are saying it. Even Ben Jacobs, he even said this today. He said, even if they reject it, it's so close that all they're going to do is basically change something around. Like, maybe let's make it a bit more higher, but the fee will take longer to pay or etc. It's just the structure of the deal. That's why it's not been rejected yet. If it was like, the price you're giving me is so mad, they would have rejected it straight away. But it's clear that the price that we're saying is close to what they want, that it's like, all right, maybe let's just change the way we're going to pay for it then. Do you know what I mean? So Ben Jacobs is saying that. He's saying basically it could come down to paying in installments across a longer period. So, like, it's close, man. It's got to be close. It's got to be close. And he's saying that's even if they reject it. So he's not saying if they reject it, someone's walking away. Or if it gets rejected, it's going to be mad. He's saying even if Brentford reject the bid, it will come down to them changing something around. So it's close. It has to be close. Do you know what I'm saying? Literally. We say that's a Brentford journalist, reliable. Is that what you're saying? Brentford. What? Are you saying Brentford journalist, reliable? I can't see what that is. Big up this channel. Big up Abdullah, man. Appreciate you, bro. I say Cunha and Mbeumo and Victor Osimhen. Bro, any Victor, happy days. I'll take any Victor. Yeah, Victor Gyökeres or Victor Osimhen, I'll take them. But like I said to you lot, and I'll show you again, we don't know what's going to happen with Gyökeres. It's up to Arsenal, man. And this is why if we won the Europa, then it would have been perfect, mate. We would have had him already. And Fabrizio's already said that. We would have already had him. We would have been wrapped. And this is what done us. So we got to wait to see what Arsenal's doing. If Arsenal go out there and go, yo, we're gonna get Sesko, we're nice. It's a pathway. He wants to play in the Prem now. He said he's ready. And this geezer came out today. For you lot that don't know, let me go back to it. He came out today and he said, I'm on strike. I'm not playing for you lot again. When someone goes on strike, they get fined all the time. He doesn't care. He's on strike. He's got no intentions of playing for Sporting anymore. He's heartbroken. because of his exit pack. They told him he could leave for 60, 50 million. Now they're telling him 80 million. So he's pissed off. He said, I'm not playing for you lot again. I'm done. I'm on strike. I'm not coming back for pre-season. I'm not coming back for training, nothing. That's what's going on with Gyökeres. So, boy, it's a mad one. It's a mad one. But I know they have to sell him this season because you can't have him. This is the last season you're able to get any money from him. He's 27. It's now or never. So they're going to have to sell him. But they might still stick with their 80 million or whatever. But Arsenal are waiting to see what the financials are. If they turn around and go for Sesko, we've got a pathway. Perfect. If they go for Gyökeres, I don't even know who we're going to get a striker. All of our striker targets are gone. Every single one of them. Literally. Osimhen's priced us out. The Laps rejected us. Ekitike, I don't even know about Ekitike. If we really want him, 63 million. Has he done enough to warrant that? I think Liverpool's going to get him when they sell Darwin Núñez, and that's close with Napoli. So, yeah, I would say that's a good... that front three is exciting. You're going into teams like we can 4-0 a team. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I ain't felt like that in years. In years. Hojlund, Garnacho. Oh, bruv, I don't... PTSD, mate. PTSD. Trust me. Big up the channel. Big up on 300 subs. Appreciation, man. All of you lot, man. If you ain't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, man. I only started this channel about a week and a half ago, bro. This new stuff. And I'm on it every day, 3 times a day, giving you lot the daily news. So like, subscribe. We go every day, bro. The name Tabera is a Brentford source. Okay. If he's saying that we're close and he's a Brentford source, then we're patting. But look, every journalist have come out and said about that bid, and it hasn't been rejected or even close. So that is positive. Because look at Elanga's one. Look at what the man said about Elanga's bid. Soon as they put it in, bam, it's been rejected straight away. Literally. Nottingham Forest have rejected 45 million Newcastle. That comes out quicker. When you reject a bid, it comes out quicker than one that gets accepted. Because sometimes they got to just pave away certain things. Like, oh, you know what about this? You know what I mean? So, mate, they asked for a price. We gave them more or less what they wanted. They said they want Cunha money, which was 62.5. So we've more or less gave them that money. So that's the situation. And obviously Fabrizio saying as well, for you that don't know, once we get Mbeumo, we want a number 9. It's 100%. Because some people were saying, Mbeumo's played up front. He played 15 times up front for Brentford. Cunha's played up front about a few times for Wolves. No. Manchester United's priority remains Brian Mbeumo and a new number 9. That's what's going to happen. It's just about who we're going to get. Like I said, I think we're waiting for Gyökeres, but if he turns around and doesn't and just goes to Arsenal what he really wants, I don't know who we're going to get. I don't know if we'll sit down and wait next year for someone else. I don't think they're going to go and spend though without knowing who they actually want. I don't think they're just going to rush it. That's what we used to do before. We'll just get anyone. So bring in Hojlund. I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll actually take it easy and go for someone. But I hope we go for Osimhen. If Gyökeres goes to Arsenal, I hope we just go mad for Osimhen. Give him 300k. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's a proper striker. And then if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I don't know what they're going to do, man. Better chance. Trust me. It's a new regime, bro. It's a whole new regime. This is what I'm telling you, though. The whole new regime. This is why when they're saying this, when my man's talking about Sesko, we're never going to get Sesko. Because that was the old regime. The old regime when I paid 72 million for Hojlund. Hojlund and Sesko are the same age, 21 or whatever it is. He's 69 million. So 69 million and 72, that's 3 million apart. He scored 13 goals. 13. Come on, man. We're not getting him. So this is what I'm saying. Some things you got to take with a pinch of salt, innit? You get it? That's all it is. United in for Arden Jashari. He is Vitina-like. So he's like Vitina, yeah? Someone put that in there not too long ago. Is it this one? Yeah, Arden Jashari. I'm gonna have a little watch of him in a minute. Still 25.6 million. I'm gonna have a little watch, and this is what I'm saying because this show, I just made it specifically for everything that Fabrizio's just said in his last interview, which was last night, and Ben Jacobs said today on the United stand. I haven't even been able to get news from everywhere. There's been news coming out about so much things. I saw Nana doesn't want to go to him and Monaco, that deal's off. I saw a bit more of the Sancho stuff, but I didn't want to bring no other journalists involved. I just wanted to bring them two because they're very reliable. Ben Jacobs broke the news about Mbeumo and Fabrizio's top dog. So I haven't even been able to look at anywhere else and see what else is going on. So yeah, man, I'm just going to run through it for those that missed it all before I wrap up, and I'll be back on later as well. So make sure you subscribe, man. You like up the place, man. But yeah, man, like it is, it's just, oh shit, look, there's me. Nkunku, Garnacho, it's a myth. It's a joke. Like, forget about it. It's not happening. It's all gas. It came out in January when we was going to do a swap. They was considering it then, and people are still talking about it. Forget about it. Mason Mount is staying. There's been reports that we want him to leave. It's not happening. I think this season is going to be do or die for him. If this season he doesn't do what he needs to do, I think he's in trouble. Literally, like and subscribe. Appreciate it. Make sure you all like and subscribe, man. Please, man. Let's do this, bro. Let's get this channel going crazy, man. Mbeumo, we put the 60 million bid. You've probably seen it from so much different places. I told you, Ben Jacobs broke the news, but obviously he spoke about it as well, and he basically said the priority remains Mbeumo and then a new number 9. We're getting a striker after. It's happening. Gyökeres, he's linked. He's on strike, basically. Let me break it down. He's on strike. He's not going training no more. He wants his move. He really wants to go Arsenal, but it's up to Arsenal who they're going to pick. They haven't made it clear who they want yet. They've got both of them lined up. If they go for Sesko, we'll get Gyökeres. If they go for Gyökeres, I don't know who we're going to get. Ekitike is in that list, but I can't see us spending 63 million on someone that ain't proven. Ekitike, like, I can't see us doing stuff like that anymore. Hojlund is in talks with Man United. Hojlund's in talks with Inter Milan. They've been in talks for weeks, but obviously he's pulling it down today. Look at the date at the bottom. It's today. So obviously he said that again today. Something's going on. So just to let you lot know, we'll keep an eye out on that one there. Maybe I'll have something for you lot on a later show or tomorrow. Who knows? Martinez is in love with Man United. He wants to come so bad. Sancho, basically Napoli's looking at other wingers now. Sancho, he didn't want to agree wage with them. Now they're looking at other wingers. They've agreed terms with Ndoye, and now they're looking at Noah Lang, who is a good player as well, and he plays for PSV. And then Ben Jacobs, the guy that broke the Mbeumo news, he had a little interview with the United stand, and I'm broken it all down, and boom, boom, boom. Fenerbahce and Napoli are both in for Sancho. It's 25 million. Jose Mourinho's basically spoke to him on the phone and said they will give you 165k a week, 8.5 million a year in salary. That's there. That's set up. That's ready. I don't know if Sancho really wants to go for Fenerbahce or he's just using this to get his move to Napoli. Because I saw reports about McTominay's been chatting to him to come over, etc. So I don't know. And then we got Ben Jacobs talking about the Gyökeres and Sesko situation. He basically said the same thing. They've got both of them advanced. They're trying to see which one is the financials, and then boom. He seems to think that because we used to be interested in Sesko before Ineos come, who was interested in Sesko, that we could go in for him after if Gyökeres was to go Arsenal. And then obviously it just says that we don't want to take a book value loss. So basically, if Hojlund's worth 42 million, we can't sell him for anything under, because on the book, the PSR stuff will say we've lost 3 million or whatever. So if it gets peak where we can't sell him for what we need to sell him for, we might just send him out on loan. Then he spoke about Mbeumo. Remember, he broke the news about it, and he's basically just saying that even if Brentford was to reject the bid, it's so close that they might just change like the thing about it, the installments, and you know what, longer pay us a bit more, but you can pay us the money in longer times or whatever. Just so basically, it's all sounding positive. We're not hearing nothing about it. You get it? Even if it gets rejected, there's still a solution. Man United want Mbeumo in for pre-season, which begins in 2 weeks. Therefore, this next week will be big. Ruben Amorim wants a big pre-season. He wants everyone there. And he wants to just judge it from that. Literally, like, yo, look at everyone first look, as he will be judged as it's day one from basically this season. That little 6 months when they brought him in, they knew it might go left. Obviously, they didn't think he was going to finish 15th, but they knew, all right, cool, we're going to bring you in, but your season starts now. August the 17th is when his season starts. So basically, boom, that's the situation. Despite some noise about Kobbie Mainoo, we keep hearing about Kobbie Mainoo every minute. Oh, he might leave. Oh, Man United want to sell him. He's not untouchable, blah, blah, blah. That's what people have been saying. He's saying, listen, just because we're not hearing that the deal is done doesn't mean anything. Like, his preference is to sign a new deal. Man United want him to sign a deal. That's it. There's been bare talks. Just, it's all rubbish, basically. So Mainoo's cool. He's here to stay. Don't worry about him. Garnacho, he basically said that there's been reports recently saying that we want 70 million, which is gas, because he was 60 million in January. And now he's had an argument with what's his name, with Amarin. It's going to go down even more. So I reckon we'll meet in the middle. Maybe he'll go for 50 million, 45, who knows. But yeah, like that's what we was quoting. Chelsea was interested, but even today, David Ornstein and Fabrizio both came out and they've said that Chelsea are close to agreeing a deal with Gittins. Because remember, both of them are in the Club World Cup, you know. Dortmund's up there, Chelsea's up there. So they're having little meetings and wherever it is. So they're very close to agreeing a deal for that. And all the Nkunku stuff is just bullshit. He's saying the same thing what Fabrizio's saying. That Nkunku stuff, forget about it. I ain't seen Nkunku do celebration for about 6 months. And he's been playing in the Conference League. I don't want him nowhere near United. Yeah, forget about that. And then we got Marcus Rashford. He's basically saying he wants Barcelona. He's been twerking for them for the longest. He wants Barcelona. But Ben Jacobs is saying, like, they want Nico Williams. So to him, he doesn't think they can sign the both, because he's saying, but Barcelona have made it clear that they want Nico Williams. But Athletic Club, they're saying they want their whole release clause played in one, which is very unrealistic. No one does that anymore. So what will probably happen is Barcelona will have to pay more than the release clause, and then what they'll have to do is, if they pay more, then they'll do it in installments. That's what everyone's been doing recently. You don't pay the release clause, you pay more. So say your release clause is, his release clause is 58 million euros. They might end up paying 62 million euros, but in installments. Do you understand? That's the only way they might be able to make it happen. So right now, Athletic Club are being awkward, but Nico Williams came out today. Fabrizio's already reported it and said, he's come out and said, I want to go to Barca. He's one of your best players that you've had in years. He's from the area, the Basque County, whatever they call it. They're going to give him what he wants, innit? They're not going to make it awkward for him now that he's come out and said that and it's in the press. So he's probably going to go there. Man United's position is clear. We want 40 million. That's all we want. We want him gone. We don't want no loans, nothing. But Rashford won't engage with suitors that are not in Champions League. Anyone not in Champions League, don't even look at me, Rashford saying. But he wants Barca. So he's willing to wait for Barca. Martinez has been twerking for us for like 2 weeks now. Fabrizio's already said that, yeah, he really wants us. And he's basically saying the same thing. Nothing ain't been made with Onana, so we can't go for Emmy until something gets done with Onana. And Ruben saying he wants clarity on Onana situation, basically. Like, if we can sell Onana now, let's sell him now. Because from the 7th of July, when it's pre-season training, whoever comes through that door, he wants to work on them on the spot. He doesn't want man going in and out. Look at what we done 2 years ago when we lost 4-0 to Brentford. The next day, Casemiro's landed. A week later, Anthony's landed. Played his first game against Arsenal. We don't want all of that. We just want to have a team, bed all the ideas you can in them. Because like I said to you before, from the last one, he said, listen, this is basically his first season. They're looking at it like that. So he wants to give the maximum he can so that they can go out there and do what they need to do. No excuses. No one ain't going to want to hear it. He finished 15th. So he knows that. Let me go out there and give everything I can. And Casemiro came out last night. Al Nassr won him. Ronaldo's team. Everyone was laughing. Oh my God, swear down. We're finally going to get money for him. He's come out and said, yo, it's not happening. Yeah, like Al Nassr want to show ambition to keep Ronaldo because they want Ronaldo to extend. Because you got to remember, forget the goals of Ronaldo scoring. The brand itself, just having Ronaldo, so much people buy the shirts, etc. I will sometimes just look, wow, what's going on there? Let's see if Ronaldo's going to score. You will go and check on the team. No one goes out their way and watch a Saudi league, but someone might go out there to just watch Ronaldo. So he brings them so much money, so much eyes on them as well. Like, what, Ronaldo's team? So they want to keep him for everything. But he's saying to them, you lot got to be ambitious in the transfer market. A lot of teams, Saudi's coming for a lot of teams, and they've just been getting rejected left, right, and centre. No one wants to go there right now. But he wants them to do something. So maybe they'll go in for Casemiro, but we don't know if that's really going to happen. Nothing's happened yet. There's been soft contact. They got new words every day, mate. Soft contact's the new one. So basically, like, they'll have a little word. You're right. Are you willing to come over? Oh, yeah. No problem. But nothing comes after that. So, yeah, basically, he's basically saying if Man United sold Casemiro for a transfer, the wages that we will get for Casemiro, 300 something, we'll put that immediately on a striker. Awesome, man. He wants 300k. You know what I mean? I'm trying to speak that one in existence because that's the only player that's going to want a bag. But yeah, and he's just saying basically like Wilfred Ndidi is another option. He's £9 million. He's 28. I think his best years was about 5 years ago before Leicester got relegated and came back. But I don't know. What do I know, innit? He just said, but likely not a priority. So he's on the list, but he's not a priority. So that's the situation with Ben Jacob, and that's what he said. Yes, here we go. For who though? Are we going for a midfielder before a striker? No, striker's next. Let me put that what Fabrizio said. He made sure he said it. No. Boom. He said Manchester United's priority remains Brian Mbeumo and a new number 9. So as soon as we get the here we go for Mbeumo, we want a striker. We're not playing no games. We want a striker. And it's come out today. Hojlund is talking to Inter Milan. So I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, we don't want a midfielder right now because we've got a lot of midfielders, you know, we've got to remember that. If you look at the 10 position, if we get Mbeumo and Cunha, that's 2 in the 10. Who else can play in the 10? Mount, Ahmad, Bruno, Xerxes. Who else can play in the 10? There's got to be someone else that can play in there. But anyway, that's 6 players. Anyway, so we can't go and play at 10. Let's talk about the midfielder, for the 2, the CM. You got Collier, Bruno, Mainoo, Casemiro and Ugarte. That's 5 players. We've got 1 game a week. That's why I think, why would we buy a midfielder now? I feel like we got to sell someone to get a midfielder. It's weird. But none of our midfielders are up for sale. So it's a weird one, isn't it? But imagine if we get another one, we got 6. We've got 1 game a week, and then the rest of them can play like FA Cup. It's still going to be a bit, maybe Collier or something will go on loan. I don't know. But yeah. So it seems that we're going for striker first, like it says. Man United's priority remains Brian Mbeumo and a new number 9. He said that last night at 9 o'clock. The date's right there. So that's what Fabrizio's saying. That's what Ben Jacob's saying. Big up people. Bayern also looking at Gittins. Yeah, Bayern won him as well. But Fabrizio's come out and David Ornstein came out earlier on today. You can go and check him out. He says Chelsea are close to signing, what's his name? Gittins. So they don't want Garnacho. All of our players are not at the front of the list. Rashford's not the front of the list for Barcelona. What's his name? Garnacho's not the front of the list for Chelsea. And remember, they want Gittins. If they don't get Gittins, they're going for Malik Fofana. You know that same geezer that gave us trouble in the Europa League for Lyon. He came off the bench. He got a penalty when Shaw fouled him, and then Lacazette scored. And then he fell down and passed to Turkey, and Turkey scored. They thought they won it. Remember, Malik Fofana. That's who Chelsea want if they don't get Gittins. Garnacho's bottom of the list. This is what I'm saying. This is what we're dealing with. The only player you can see is at the top of the list is Anthony, who's close with Real Betis. Obviously Sancho now with Napoli and Fenerbahce. And who's the other guy? Hojlund for Inter Milan. That seems like, yeah, we want you. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're onto them. So, yeah, I've heard about this Richard Rios, but I heard that's a lot of links and it's a lot of chat. Apparently it's agent driven because he's Colombian. He's playing for the Brazilian league and he's at the thing now, Club World Cup. So I've been hearing about this geezer. We've been linked with him for a few years now, but apparently it's agent driven. Like it's nothing really in it. And like I just said to you, we've got so much midfielders and he's a bit techie, but is he athletic? I don't know. And what came out the other day, and like I said, this show, I've only put Fabrizio and Ben Jacob. I've only want to talk about them two. That's why I ain't got all the other stuff. But I saw that it came out that Ruben wants an athletic midfielder. So I don't know if he's athletic. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's athletic enough for it. He's more of a, like, I could tell he's techie. Richard Rios. I've heard about him. And we've been linked to him a few times now. So yeah, man, that's the situation from Ben Jacobs and Fabrizio. Love for everyone checking in. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, man. We're doing this every day. We're here 3 times a day, every day. Man United news. So make sure you subscribe, man. I appreciate every single one of you lot, man. Have a good day. I'll be back on later. Make sure you're here. Hit the likes, subscribe. I'll see you lot in a bit.
Someone said let's pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. For now, I'm local. For now, I'm preserving beat, I'm more